I'm going to show you an easier way to make this minor 7 chord shape that I'm holding in my hand here. It's the B shape from the Jazzy Ukulele Workbook #1. And this is a movable bar chord shape. Now I hear from a lot of my students, and I teach workshops, and people write to me and say they have a hard time making this shape. And the reason is because it's made with a bar here that's got to be held down, and then these 2 strings put here 2 frets higher. And it can put a lot of stress and demand on the hand trying to press it all down and get all 4 strings to sound. The problem is a lot of time only they can't get them all to sound. So I'm going to show you an easier way to make this. For those of you that have tried this and have trouble with it, I think this might help you a lot. Also, this is the first chord of the major pattern in B shapes. So I'll show you the second chord that goes with it and show you how to make that easier as well. So we're going to cover 2 chords in this video, and I hope that you'll come away feeling like they're a little easier to play if you've been having trouble with them. So let's have a look at this troublemaker shape here. It looks like this. What I've got is a finger down here holding a bar on fret 3, and then the 2 fingers up here on fret 5. Now we can move this thing around anywhere up and down the neck to get our minor 7 chord. Let's just have a look at it here on fret 3, because this is a G minor 7 chord in this case, and we use it a lot when we're playing standards. And also I showed in workbook #1 a lot. So let's see what we can do to make this easier. What we can do is dispense with the top string. We don't really need it to define the chord, so we can just come back like this. So I've got 2 fingers here on fret 3, and then my little finger here. These are the essential notes in our minor 7 chord. We don't really need this last note to describe it. For our ears or intellectually, the fundamental notes are here. Now I don't want to describe the theory to you because I know that's not going to be useful for us here, but if you know any music theory, then you can dig these notes out and find out why they essentially describe our minor 7 chord very well. And we can move it any place, up and down the neck then. There's another way to do this that you can try, and that's to bar just these 3 strings, and you're not going to worry about this one. So if you can you can apply the pressure here on these 3 strings, and then you don't have to use your little finger, you could use your ring finger here, much stronger finger, and you can also support the bar with an extra finger on top of it, like this. So you experiment with that because it's going to be very useful as you go to the connecting chord. The connecting chord that I teach in the workbooks and we use when we're playing standards is this one. So we're connecting the minor 7 to a jazz dominant chord. But again, on this jazz dominant chord, we don't need this last string to describe the chord correctly, intellectually, and for our ears. We can just play these 3 strings here. So then what we have is we're going to play our minor 7 connecting to our jazz chord here. And if we play it with all 4 strings, it would sound like this. But if we just use the 3 strings, we still accomplish the sound. We've got what we need, and we can use this anywhere on the neck. We do run into F minor 7, connecting it to our jazz dominant chord here, or up on A minor 7, we need it a lot too. Let's take a closer look at how the 2 chords connect when we're using just the 3 strings. So we start out with our G minor 7. Now when we're going to the connecting chord, the jazz dominant chord, the index finger stays right where it is, and these 2 fingers move up here to frets 4 and 5. So it looks like this. Here's our chord combination now. The index finger remains our anchor, and we use that anywhere up here on fret 5. And down here on fret 1. Index finger remains in place. So experiment with that, going up and down, and if you can manage it, try to do it this way, where you're just getting the 3 strings covered here with the bar. Then you can use the strong ring finger. And again, the bar stays right where it is, and these fingers move to frets 4 and 5. And of course, the final chord that resolves it is now we've got the full 3-chord major pattern. Okay, let's put these modified chords to a test. I'm going to play part of a standard here that uses B-shaped patterns, and let's see how they sound in the song. It uses a very familiar jazz cycle of chords, and they all come out of the Jazzy Ukulele Workbook #1. Now the tune's out of my range. It's in a female key here, but I'm going to go ahead and sing it really high, even though I'm not going to do it any justice. Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I gotta love one gal till I die. Can't help loving that gal of mine. Okay, now I'm going to play with the modified chord patterns. What I'm going to do is play it with these 3 strings, like we talked about, and then going to its companion chord here, and then it resolves here in the end. So let's see what it sounds like there. Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I gotta love one gal till I die. Can't help loving that gal of mine. Then it repeats. So it's nearly the same, but we're just using the modified chords, just playing the first 3 strings. This time I'll play the modified chords using the little bar and the finger that goes here, instead of playing it in this shape here. Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I gotta love one gal till I die. Can't help loving that gal of mine. Then it repeats. And now when I'm playing rhythm like that, I rest my index finger like this on the A string, so that way it won't sound. It's a natural move for me, and I didn't think about it when I was teaching the lesson there. You don't need to do it. You can just play the 3 strings like this. So you're just going to go. But when I was playing rhythm, I like to close it off here so it won't play, so no matter what I do. So I'm going. Okay, that's it for this lesson. I hope you got something out of it for your own playing. So until we meet again, see you next time.